Oh, hi there. Here's a quick explanation video on what's included in ValPal Pro and why we developed this for our members. So ValPal, we've always specialised in lead generation for agents. So last year we helped members generate over 1.4 million seller and landlord leads. Of those, 21% went on to instruct and sell their property. So that's brilliant because generating loads of leads, that solves challenge one. But what that then brings is the next challenge is, what do I now do with those leads to now get the most out of them and make sure you don't miss out on any opportunities? So that's the real focus of ValPal Pro here, is helping our members get more out of all of their data and not just ValPal leads, which is really important. So first step is to get the most out of your data. So first thing that's included in this is the ValPal online valuation tool. So it does what it said in the tin. For anyone that's not aware what ValPal does, gives homeowners what they want, instant online valuation. In return, you then get what you want because they need to enter their name, email address, telephone number, property details in order to get their online valuation. It's there to whet their appetite, but your team have now got their contact details. Your team will then follow up, do what they do best, and convert that initial inquiry into an in-person valuation. So it's solely there to be used as a data capture tool and not to replace your in-person valuation. Cool. So next part is, so to get the most out of that data, it needs two things: instant response, which I'll touch on next, but also a long-term strategy to keep in touch with them. To do that manually is near impossible. The average time we know that online valuation leads last year took to be ready to instruct was 4 months. So obviously you need to have something for at least 4 months, but significantly longer, because that's only the average. So because some are significantly quicker, some are straight away, a couple of weeks, some also 12 months plus. So what we've developed here is an automated email and text nurture journey. So it's automated, so this goes out without you or your team having to lift a finger. However, this is although it's automated, it's personalized. So it looks as if your team are sending out personalized emails, personalized text messages to keep your leads and your database up to date with information, because that's your idea of it. It's not being too pushy or too salesy, just gentle, informative, helpful information to keep your brand front of mind. And then as soon as someone is engaging and it's a hot response, hot engagement, we're then notifying your team so they then know when to get back in touch. So instant response. This is so important, because I believe there's a stat that it says if you're in touch and following up a lead within 5 minutes, you're 21% more likely to convert that lead. And then that then just significantly drops the longer you leave it. However, we know that always isn't possible. Not that your team are, because we know your team are busy, they're not sitting there twiddling their thumbs about viewings, valuations. So that's the idea of AI again, is really the focus of this is what's really important is AI is not here to replace you or your team. It's there to help your team work smarter and more efficient, because this is there to provide instant response that your team can't always do. Also, a lot of leads are generated out of hours, and it's there to pre-qualify and provisionally book appointments. Basically, so then your team will spend less time chasing new leads, but more time calling to follow up warmer leads, because that's what this has done. It's pre-qualified, warmed up leads, and your team will then call in to then provide that personal touch and confirm the appointment. So what we've only spoken about here is this dealing with new leads, but also this can deal with your database, because a lot of agents have thousands of contacts in their database. They don't have the time to keep in touch with as much as they should do. So that's then the idea of this is, again, let this work in the background. Let the AI be your extra team member that will be doing all of the grunt work, working 24/7, identifying new opportunities and prospecting to turn old contacts into new leads for you. Perfect. So next part of this is also helping with portal leads, because again, we know this is a big challenge that agents face, is getting the most out of their portal leads, because again, you can generate so many tenant and buyer leads. What do you then do? How do you follow them up? So the idea of this is an instant response questionnaire. Basically, again, just there's a tenant questionnaire, buyer questionnaire. Ultimately, just ask all of the pre-qualification information you'd want to know before calling it a buyer or tenant, or not to call. That's really important. And introduce additional revenue streams. It will find out more about their current living situation to generate landlord leads, and also if they're looking at selling, to book in valuations for you. So what we're really providing here with is that full funnel from top to bottom, that full ecosystem. So generating more leads, that full funnel, then making sure you're then getting the most out of all of your new leads and your old data. So if anyone would like to find out more, please fill in the below form, and it'd be great to run through everything in a bit more detail with you. Cheers.